Salutations, sheeple, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sunplex0, and today I have a few more Reddit stories for you guys. We're going into the subreddit AmITheDevil, where absolutely everybody sucks, and I can just talk smack to my heart's content. One of those two. Anyways, if you like that kind of thing, don't forget to like and subscribe, sit back, relax, grab whatever art project you're working on or whatever it is you need some background noise to get done, and let's get into the first story for today. Am I the asshole for forcefully bringing my boyfriend to our girls trip after being told not to? So about 2 months ago, my two best friends, Katrina and Elena, 21, not their real names, and I, also 21, had made plans to go to Vegas for our 21st birthdays. Our birthdays are in a span of 2 months. We planned a 21-hour road trip from Texas to Vegas. Originally, we were going to fly, but they couldn't really afford to pay for everything we wanted to do and fly in such a short time. So I thought the next best thing was a road trip. We get to sightsee, it's cheaper the way I planned to get there, and we just had the time. About 2 weeks ago, I was talking to my boyfriend about the trip, and it was brought up that he has also never been to Vegas before. After a lot of thinking, I realized Katrina and Elena don't really know how to drive, and if we actually went on this trip, I would be the only one driving the whole 21 hours. I don't know about y'all, but I wouldn't want to be the only one driving 21 hours if I didn't have to. So I thought, not only would it be safer for him to be there with us, but I wouldn't have to drive by myself that far. Plus, he offered to pay for some of the excursions we wanted to do and some of the dinners if he could as a gift for letting him come along. Of course, I told him he didn't have to and it was unnecessary, but he insisted. When I told Kat I wanted to invite him, she freaked out and said this was a girls' trip, no guys the entire time, and to tell him no. She just wanted it to be us. To be honest, we had never called it a girls' trip. Originally, it was supposed to be a celebration for the three of us. I turned 21 a month ago and I just got my license in the middle of December. And Kat just turned 21 and graduated college early, and Elena just got promoted at work. So really didn't think it would be a big deal. After that conversation, I told them I wasn't comfortable driving the entire way there and that it wasn't fair for me to drive by myself and that I wouldn't go if he couldn't, or we could bring someone else who could help drive. But it had someone that I trusted to drive my car. They had no one else in mind. So my boyfriend came along. Unfortunately, during the trip, my boyfriend did end up paying for a bit of their things, even after I told him not to, because they kept kind of ignoring him until it was time to pay for the dinners. Though he has the money to pay, I didn't think they deserve it for how they were treating him. Now they won't talk to me much, considering all three of us are roommates, and they told some of our friends that they are upset with me for being the girl who brings her boyfriend on girls' trips, and that I brought him everywhere, and that we, us three girls, had no time alone together, and that I don't care and that I act annoyed when they bring it up. Mind you, I am annoyed. To be honest, I just wanted him to be included while we were together. And there were times during the trip he did buy stuff for himself and left us alone. And yes, we were all cool before this, but seriously, am I the asshole for this? Yes, you're the asshole. What makes you the devil, though, to land up on this subreddit is your entire behavior towards the situation. You should have considered before planning out everything the fact that your friends didn't have driver's licenses and made your plan from there. I feel like if your boyfriend was included from the very beginning, then your friends wouldn't be as upset at you. But that's not what you did. You decided, screw what everybody else wants, screw whatever's going on with my friends who are also celebrating their birthdays. What I want is to have my boyfriend there. That's it. So it makes sense that your friends are pissed off at you. And then, I don't know, you have some things you need to sort out, girly pop, in the most respectful way that I can say this possible, as I am just 1 year older than you. You're acting like you are still 16. So good luck with that. But that's just my opinion. What about you guys? What do you think about the situation and what's going on here? Let me know in the comments below. On to the next story. I, 30 male, am not sure if I'm being played by my "it's complicated" 26F. How do I talk to her about it? I'm using fake names to protect myself and the people in the situation. So last year, I got a very well-paying job in a new city that I'm enjoying. It's been a great fresh start, and I met and became friends with Marcus. Marcus is a great friend, and we are actually from the same area, and he's been introducing me to his friends, and I made great connections. He has this one guy who is his best friend, named Robert. And through Rob, I met Destiny. Destiny is so beautiful. And I didn't believe in love at first sight until I met her, but it was. I won't bore y'all with the details, but we started texting, and then that led to flirting and to me confessing my love. And she professed her love too. Our relationship went from texting to physical. Also, important disclaimer, I don't consider Rob a friend. He's more of a mutual friend. Obviously, if he was my friend, this would be wrong. Ooh. No, I'm sorry. I tried to keep a straight face on that. The only way being a homewrecker is wrong and would be if I were to sleep with my friend's wife. That's the only way it's wrong. Yeah, okay, buddy. Sure, okay. When we first started texting, I didn't know she would feel this way, so I was delighted. But she was super inconsistent because I felt like it was one-sided. Rob has to travel sometimes for work, and when he does, that's when she's texting me. I expected her to divorce him like she said she would, but then makes every excuse in the book when I say to do it. They don't even have a kid yet, so it should be simple. I'll ask Rob how they're doing, and he will say great. He did say a couple of weeks ago, while things are great, he feels like things are one-sided in the marriage, that he will talk to her about a more equitable relationship so he's not doing most of the emotional labor, and things can be great for a while and go back to their old ways. But he's happy with her. I wanted to tell him, bro, I can relate more than you can imagine. Oh my god. Oh my god. Eventually I told her that I can't do this. I said, I want to be with you, but if we're doing this for our own sexual gratification, it's not right. It's not fair to me, and most importantly, it's not fair to Rob, because Rob loves that girl. He will be like, my wife this, my wife that. We can't have hypothetical conversations about other women because he would just be like, my wife. Like one time I told him hypothetically, if you could marry Meg the Stallion. Like one time I told him hypothetically, if you could marry Meg the Stallion. And before I could finish, he said, I don't want to marry anybody else but my wife and wouldn't trade her for anybody. So yeah, I won't do that to him. It's one thing if we are going to have a relationship, but I feel like she just wants sex, even though she says that she wants to be with me. We haven't done anything in a month since I said that, and she just sent me the song Dilemma. And it's like, girl, what do you want? I can't even focus at work right now. I really want to be with her, but man, oh my god. I don't even know what to say about this. Like, do I take the rage bait? I'm sorry. It's not funny that Rob is being cheated on. This genuinely fucking sucks for Rob. What's funny here is just OP's entire thought process. What do you mean? Oh, I'm sleeping with the married woman and she's prioritizing her husband over me. Oh, woe is me. Homie. You're wondering if you're being played. Meanwhile, you may not call Rob your friend, but you're asking him about his marriage, and he is, in some level, responding, which means that he considers you guys to be friends. I hope that Rob ends up finding out, so that way he can move on and find a better friend and a wife who loves him just as much as he very clearly loves his wife. OP, I don't know. What do you guys think? Any advice for OP? I'm gonna leave that there because I don't want to be meaner than I have to be. Moving on to the next story. Would I be the asshole for getting pet rats, even though my mother-in-law has extreme phobia of rodents? Unfortunately, yes. As much as I love the little guys, most people don't, and you have to keep that in mind. Unless your mother-in-law doesn't live there. But seeing as you're on AmITheDevil, I highly doubt that's the case. Continuing on with the story. Hi everyone. A friend of mine took in a pregnant pet rat to save her from becoming snake food. Now that she has had her litter of 9, my friend needs new homes to separate the male rats from the female rats. She would keep the girls, but the 4 boys have to find a new home. Now me, 23 female, and my partner, 29 male, of 4 years, have been planning on getting a pet for over a year. It didn't really matter which animal. We mainly wanted to take in a pet that is desperate and in need of a home. So this will be a great opportunity, and we are planning on taking these rats in. Now, onto the problem. When we told mother-in-law, 60 female, about our plan, She started sobbing and shaking uncontrollably, begging us not to get the rats. She's had a huge phobia of rodents all her life and has tried therapy but to no avail. We do live in an apartment far away from mother-in-law and she only visits 4 times a year at most, but the apartment does, on paper, belong to her, although she hasn't lived there in over a decade. We do not rent from her and have no lease that would state no pets are allowed. We do respect her fear. However, we feel like it's not reasonable to let her phobia of rodents get in the way of us taking in pets that need a home. So Reddit, would we be the asshole for taking in the pet rats regardless? Again, unfortunately, yes. While mother-in-law visits very rarely, that is indeed her home. I'm not sure how severe her phobia of rodents is, but I could predict a possibility where she just never enters the apartment again, even if you guys do end up moving out. So it sucks. I'm not going to comment on that any further. I'm not going to comment on the fact that you guys started dating when you were 19 and he was 24, which is I'm not gonna comment on that. If somebody doesn't want something in their house and you live in their house completely rent-free with no lease or anything, you would be the asshole for taking in those pet rats. But what about you guys? What do you think about the situation? I'm gonna leave that one there. And for our final story of today, we have, am I the asshole for having a crush on my friend's husband after what she told me? My 25 female friend, also 25 female, has been married to her husband, 29 male, for a little over a year, and they have a 6-month-old daughter. Our friend group meets up regularly for brunch or coffee just to talk and catch up. And a few weeks ago, we were talking about being a mom since one of our friends had recently announced that she is pregnant. My friend said that there are struggles, but her husband is incredibly supportive and helps make things easy for her. I've always thought her husband was physically attractive, but other than that, he seemed too busy with his demanding job and other things he's working toward to be an attentive husband or father. But my friend has been in love with him for a long time, so I never really bothered saying anything. The conversation made me see him in a different light, as someone who is actually a loving and supportive partner, and I haven't been able to stop thinking about him since. He's everything nice, he's successful, smart, handsome, makes a lot of money, he's loving and thoughtful, and genuinely a great partner, and I've definitely developed a crush on him. I know it's wrong, and it would hurt my friend, but I genuinely want him. I was at their place for coffee with our friends one evening, and I knew he would probably get home around the time we were there, and I wore something revealing, hoping he would notice me when he got home. But when he did get home, he just gave her a kiss and said hi, and we had a minute of small talk and nothing else. I tried to get his attention again at a small gathering at a different friend's place, and wore an outfit I knew he would like based on my friend's pictures with him, and thought we might exchange some looks or something, and still nothing from his side. And I have a feeling she caught me staring at him. If he ever showed me any interest, I know I would act on it, and it would destroy our friendship and their marriage. I'm still trying to think of other ways I could create opportunities for something to start between us. My friend and I have the same body type and physical features, so the attraction is definitely there. But I don't know how to actually initiate things with him without setting off alarms around her and our friends. It's genuinely so frustrating knowing that she's probably sleeping in his arms every night while I'm trying to figure out how to get his attention. Am I the asshole for feeling in this way? Girly pop, yes you are. Oh my god. First of all, you don't have a crush on the husband, you have a crush on the idealized version of him that you have made up in your head from the very little you know about him. It does not seem like you guys have a relationship or even talk at all. From my understanding, the dating scene out there sucks. Can't relate. I don't peruse it very often. Happily in a relationship. Hypothetically speaking, right? If you were able to seduce your friend's husband, would he be the great, upstanding, caring, and attentive guy that you are pining after? No, I don't think he would. And then that would just cause a whole bunch of issues. There are plenty of fish in the sea, and from what I hear, a lot of fish aren't the type of fish that you're looking for. That sucks. However, I don't think the solution is trying to destroy your friend's marriage, especially seeing as you know she is pregnant. How Ariana Grande of you. Yeah, no, this is wow. I hope your friend finds out and like distances as much as possible, because I don't believe at this point in time that you deserve to have that friendship, because you suck as a friend. And I think that you need to do a bit more work on yourself before you deserve to have a partner like what you're pining after. But I'm not sure what that work is. Again, never been in your shoes before. So good luck with that. Wish you the very best. What about you guys? What do you think about what happened here? A lot of delusional original posters today, in my opinion. But for now, we're going to leave that there. Very excited to see you guys next time around. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so we can hang out together a lot sooner. But in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.